You ever walk into a room and just feel like you always need to prove yourself to everybody? It just feels like, damn, bro. Like every time I just go in there, it's like somebody's always cooler than me or like harder than me or just feels like they're richer or have a higher status. And because of that mentality, you never feel good about yourself and always feeling like insecure inside, deep down. And the thing is, I always felt that. I always felt that, damn, bro, like there's always somebody better than me. So this game that I'm playing that I'm always tend to gonna lose, right? So why even play? And here's the thing I really discovered throughout this journey of life that to win a game, we just need to stop playing the game. And it sounds kind of like, oh, what are you talking about? Or how does that work? Like, you stop playing the game, doesn't that mean that, how do you win a game when you're not playing the game? So, yeah, it's kind of like weird, but if you actually think about it, if you're playing this game of status, the game of looks, the game of money, the game of the one with the coolest thing, or the funnier, right? I saw it right now. See, okay. You stop playing that game of always trying to be better, you automatically feel good about yourself, right? And when you feel good about yourself, you feel more confident. The reason why you don't feel confident or just inside like, hey, can I be just myself? Because always trying to compare, trying to be better or prove somebody, and you feel inferior every time you try to prove yourself. So that game never works. The only way is to let go of it, let go of the game, drop it, just don't play the game, and automatically you win the game, right? Because you're not comparing anymore. And sometimes you're gonna get in this situation when you do, what you can do is to start being aware and not like shame yourself for doing it. Like, okay, now I know, like, hey, let's not compare myself or prove myself, especially in such situations, right? Like it is healthy kind of to compare if you really want to be better in life. I'm not saying like stop comparing and that is always you can clearly see when you're trying to compare yourself to self-hate instead of trying to help yourself even more. It's like the intention behind or the place that is coming from that matter most than the actual thing itself. So like the more important stuff here is that wait, what place is this coming from? Am I trying to put myself inferior? Or am I trying to like just trying to help myself even more, right? There's healthy ways and also unhealthy ways, right? To actually compare yourself in different areas of life. But when you do social socially, like you feel like worse because you are humans, right? Humans like to compare. And I don't know if you heard about it, like the comparison is a thief of joy. It kind of makes sense if you think about it. So the only thing that I really want to say here is that, hey, if you see yourself comparing to the people, just be aware of what's going on. Like, why am I trying to compare? Why am I trying to prove myself to that person? Right? Why am I trying to prove myself that I'm good enough? Right? Because we were conditioned our whole life to prove ourselves to everybody, to our parents, to our bosses, to our friends, that we are enough for them. You start questioning that question and actually go deep down just to say, oh, okay. Another video talking about some bullshit that he's talking about, right? Indian guy talking about bullshit, right? But actually think about it because this is for you. This for you, bro. Not for me, not bro, for your friends, your family, because nobody gonna be there. As dark as it may sound, you are gonna be the most of the time be yourself. The more honest you are with yourself, the better outcome in life you're gonna have. No matter how painful it is, truth always wins. So reflect on this. Like, why am I trying to prove myself to other people? When you stop doing that, you start feeling better and you start feeling better. You start feeling more confident. Every aspect of life, especially as we are talking about socially. So yeah, there is also like I won't like extend this too much. So there's two frame that we like to have, not really like to have, but there is two frames that people have, right? So the first thing is competition, so competitive frame. The second one is more like what I'm trying to tell you here to change is collaborative frame. So like I said, the whole thing was about how people compare themselves, prove themselves to other people. That's a competition frame. The other one that I'm trying to tell you to move towards is collaborative frame. So like basically collaborative frame means that, hey, everybody is on my side. Like nobody, I won't need to prove somebody, hey, everybody's in my side. Let's go. Having a fun time. When you start thinking that way, we start like actually thinking the way that people are on your side. You start you have this freedom, this relief that you don't have to prove yourself. You don't feel that tense feeling in your body anymore because you don't have to anymore. You just feel free. And it's kind of tricky to get from competitive to collaborative because the main question you need to ask yourself as to why do I think that people are out to get, right? Because the reason why you prove is because if you don't prove, you're not good enough. If you're not good enough, you're not belong in that tribe. And if you don't belong, you're gonna get rejected, be alone, and you're just gonna die, right? That's how our brain thinks. So when you actually think about it, hey, since when did I start thinking that people are out to get me? That's when you like actually start reflecting, start understanding what's going on, and just being aware you solve the problem. Also, another good question that you can ask is that why do I why don't I think you I think you can reframe it better, but the main thing is like why do I think that people are not in my side? Why do I need to repel them? Like why do I hate them? Like what happened? And actually being aware, letting go of the sensation that you feel can actually really, really help you out. And when you just go out and just ask yourself this question, hey, everybody's on my side. What's making me not feel like they're not on my side? And with that question in hand, I mean, you go there, you automatically start feeling that way. Because, like for me, I know, like this um really late in the video that I'm talking about myself is that what I feel like, what I've seen is that every time I meet a strangers, I always have this defensive mechanism to prove myself that I'm good enough to be able to be liked and get their approval. And it's like always feels awkward. It always feels like, hey, what's going on? But with more time, I just feel with more time, I just feel more about more of myself. And the question I ask myself, like, why don't I do this before meeting them? Like, why always after meeting them that I feel good enough? Like with time, you feel better. But why not before meeting them? Like before meeting strangers? It's because you feel like they're gonna attack you, they're gonna do something consciously, subconsciously, right? Of course, consciously, you know, nothing bad's gonna happen. You're not gonna die just by talking to somebody. But something happened in your past that have conditioned you to think that way, right? So yeah, changing from competitive to collaborate. I'm not saying like I'm not trying to be a guru. I'm not trying to be somebody to tell you something about it. It's experiment for like a week and see about yourself. Like if it works or not. If it doesn't work, hey, something I learned that doesn't work for me. Let's try something else. Don't make it a show. The moment you tell yourself, I should do this, you will never. So you just experiment this thing by asking yourself this question every time you go out to a situation and see what happens for a week, for a whole week, and then judge it. Just have fun, have curiosity, and just, yeah, have fun. So yeah, if you like the video, subscribe. You can also contact me in my Instagram and we can talk more about it if you really want to go in depth about how to improve yourself socially and be more authentic, more unapologetic, and you do have to fake and everything. So yeah, if you want to go there, just link in the description. We talk there, right?